Alright guys, you've got a 2005 Big Dog Chopper Softail motorcycle for sale. This bike currently has 15,771 very well cared for miles. Now this particular bike is equipped with the solid gloss black base paint job. And then you've got the polished billet wheels. Definitely gives the bike a very classy chopper look. Now in 2005, Big Dog equipped these bikes with the extremely powerful 1,916cc 117 cubic inch S&S V-twin motor. They also equipped the bikes with a 6-speed Baker transmission. This was the first year they did the right side balance drive. You have PM polished billet wheels. And you also have PM disc brakes. They definitely didn't spare any expenses when they built this bike. Now this bike does have a couple of adds. First off, you've got the rear passenger pegs. What that will allow you to do is to add a pillion pad or a 2-up seat to facilitate a second passenger. The bike is also equipped with the Vance & Hines big radius pipes. And then you've also got a oil cooler and stash tube. So definitely some decent adds. The bike is in decent shape, but I would rate it at a 8.5 out of a 10. Now, the bike has been ridden. It's definitely no show bike, and you can tell there's some wear and tear, but definitely in good shape. We'll do some close-ups. We've got the 250 rear tire mounted on an 18-inch rim, and then up front you've got a 21-inch rim for that classic chopper look. But the Avon 250 tire, I'd say, is getting lower on the tread. I'd say you have approximately 20% of tread remaining, so you just want to point that out. The paint is in decent shape. It does have some surface scratches throughout the bike. Just, you can tell there's been some dust underneath the cloth while it's been wiped off, so you've got some surface scratches. You can see a little bit of dust back here. But overall in decent shape. Nothing you want to expect on a bike that is 12 years old. The polished billet on the wheels is in fair shape. It definitely could use some elbow grease to look better. I've seen a couple guys put some time into polishing the billet, and it definitely makes a big difference, and I think you could make the billet look quite a bit better. Let's see if we can get some close-ups of that wheel for you. Polished billet on the struts, you can tell, has some staining just from the weather and whatnot. The BDM solo seat's in decent shape. It does have a few blemishes. First off, you've got looks like there's been a repair made here where the seat has been split. You've also got some other minor scuffs from your jeans rubbing on the seat while getting on and off of the bike. You can see the passenger pegs could use some love as far as polishing. It's a little bit tough to get in between the rubber, but definitely not too far gone to where you can't make them look okay. Swing arm is in decent shape. You've got some surface scratching on there. Electrical cover's in decent shape. Some surf scratching as well. Same story for the gas tank. You can see there's been some probably a necklace or something that's dragged on that to cause some surf scratches, and just from being used. The rubber on the grips, you can tell, has a little bit of wear. The polish billet on the hand controls, again, could use some polishing. You can see some of the staining there. Motor's in decent shape. There is some light staining on the jugs just from weather. Looks like there's been a prior rocker box oil leak that's been repaired, so I'm sure that's part of the reason. But the bike is 12 years old, does have 15,000 miles, so nothing you wouldn't expect. Vance & Hines pipes are in decent shape. You can see the lower heat shield has been scraped while turning. That's pretty common on these bikes just because they do sit so low to the ground. Maybe a little bit of boot burn and surf scratches there as well. Front forward controls could use some polishing. The rubber's a little bit worn out. Not separating, but you can tell there's been some wear there. Headlights in decent shape, no major blemishes beyond some light surf scratching. Front of the frame has some light rock chips. Bottom of the frame has some scraping just from entering driveways. Seems like this is the case on nearly every big dog motorcycle that I've acquired. It's just almost impossible to avoid it because they do sit so low to the ground. Triple trees and forks are in decent shape. No pitting in the chrome. Front fenders in okay shape as well. It does have some light surf scratches in it. It looks like, I don't know if you can see on this side, looks like someone has had a strap come loose and it's scraped the fender. I did touch it up with some black touch-up paint to try to improve the look aesthetically. So hopefully you'll get a better idea of the condition. Polished billet on the front wheel is the same case with the rear wheel. Could use some elbow grease and polishing to look better, but it's not too far gone to where you can't make it look decent. Front tire, I'd say, has approximately 40% of tread remaining. You can definitely tell that's been replaced more recently than the rear tire. Has a little bit of a scuff right there and right there as well. Again, polish billet on this side could use some polishing to look better. The rotor could use some polishing as well. I don't see any pitting in the chrome, which is a good thing. Hopefully you can see the touched up areas on this angle. Have some staining right there as well on the polished billet. cut and buff and polish that, it will definitely look quite a bit better. Gas tank does have some surface scratching on the side. It's a little bit more prominent scratch. I'd say it's approximately 1.5 inches in length. Again, the jugs on the motor do have some staining. It looks like there was a prior rocker box seal leak on that rear cylinder head. Has since been repaired. Primary cover's in decent shape. Got some surface scratching as well, just from the age of the bike and the use. Kickstand could use some polishing as well to look better. It might have a few little chips around where the kickstand goes up and down. Electrical cover, same story as the other side. In decent shape, but some light surface scratching. Rear passenger peg, same story as the other one. Could use some polishing to look better. You've got some staining on that polished billet on that rear strut. License plate holder does have some scratches on the top. A few gouge marks, I'm sure, from just rubbing up against something. Swing arm has some scratches there. You've got some gouges in the powder coating right there. Probably about 4 or 5 different series of gouge marks. Rear brake rotor could use some polishing. Doesn't appear to have any pitting chrome, which is a good thing. Polished billet again could use some love and some elbow grease to look better. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of the condition of the bike. It's not perfect, but it is a cheaper price point motorcycle, and so it's just one of those things that you do encounter. So, but let's go ahead and fire it up for you. Alright, so there you have it. Definitely shows the bike runs extremely well. Rides even better. Definitely a blast to ride. Everything functions as it should. Definitely a nice bike. If you do have any questions, definitely don't hesitate to give me a phone call. My direct line is 801-564-0629. Another great way to track our inventory is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also hop on over to our direct website at www.utahchopper.com. I most definitely appreciate your time and also look forward to the possibility of working with you. So thank you very much.